everybody, welcome to another edition of Delicious Dishes. I will be your host today. I'm Rachel, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be going over some items that would be really good for a brunch, maybe a Mother's Day brunch or a Father's Day brunch, or even just something you can make up on the weekend and eat throughout the week. So we are going to do a breakfast casserole that is actually gluten-free and dairy-free. And then we're going to be doing some pancakes that are gluten-free as well. And they will have some chocolate chips, some bananas, and some amazing peanut butter drizzle. So to get started, we're actually going to roast our vegetables first. We've already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. We've chopped up our sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and a red onion. With this recipe, you can use whatever you want. If you like white potatoes, broccoli, green beans, asparagus, peppers, onions, mushrooms, spinach, whatever your favorite vegetables are can be put in the dish. I don't like my vegetables crunchy, so I will bake them for a little bit before I actually make the breakfast casserole piece. So I have here, I just peeled and cut 3 cups of sweet potatoes. And again, if you're not a sweet potato fan, do white potatoes or whatever floats your boat. Okay, so we're just gonna sprinkle those in the bottom of the pan. I will also mention, I always use parchment paper as my base when I'm making a breakfast casserole, because otherwise your eggs, everything sticks to your pan. It gets super, super messy and cleanup can be kind of hard. So if you just put in some parchment paper, pin them down with some clothespins, you'll be in much better shape. You can thank me later. We are then going to add our Brussels sprouts. And I just did 1 pack of fresh Brussels sprouts. If you want, you can use frozen. You can use broccoli. Again, make this your own. I use 1 bag of the fresh Brussels sprouts that you can find at your local grocery store. Just kind of spread those out a little bit. And then I'm not going to add the whole onion, but we are gonna put half the onion in with the vegetables, and then we'll use the other half of the onion with the sausage when we brown it. So we're gonna sprinkle it in, and look how beautiful that is. I just love the colors in it. I'm going to sprinkle it with some olive oil. You can use avocado oil, coconut oil, whatever your preference is. Today it's olive oil. And again, I just kind of drizzle this on, but you can use how much ever you want. I would estimate it's probably 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. But if you are a person that likes to measure, go for it. If you're a person that likes to eyeball and pour, go for it. Okay, and then we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then these are gonna be ready for the oven. Now again, our oven is already preheated to 350, and we're just gonna put these little guys in there for about 30 minutes. There we go. Now, remove your clothespins. We do not need anything to catch on fire. So we'll remove our clothespins. We will just put this in our oven at 350 for approximately 30 minutes. Okay, now we're getting ready to brown our sausage while our vegetables are roasting. I have just 1 pound of sausage. You are welcome to use more or less, or even leave out your sausage. If you are a vegetarian or have a vegetarian in your family, you don't have to add this. You can also add the sage sausage or the spicy sausage if you want to kind of switch up the flavors a little bit. You can really make this casserole your own. So we are just gonna put the sausage in, add the rest of our onion to brown up with it, and we're just gonna brown that. Now, while our veggies are in the oven and our sausage is cooking, we are gonna start our pancakes. So again, these pancakes you can make on a weekend and enjoy all throughout the week. My boys love to grab these and go in the morning, and they freeze really well. You can add blueberries or chocolate chips or whatever you want. Today we're gonna be doing banana though. So what we start with is oats. And you will be making these in a blender. You do need a high-speed blender. I have a KitchenAid, but whatever you have at home, but it does need to be a high-speed blender. I am using the old-fashioned oats today. Again, you can use quick oats. I would not recommend steel cut, however. We need 2 cups of the old-fashioned oats. And I actually do measure this, but I'm not real precise. 2 cups of that. And then we need 2 teaspoons of our baking powder. Okay. Then we're gonna take this to our blender and we're just gonna grind up the oats into a nice smooth puree. Okay, so it doesn't take long to make oat flour out of your oats, but you definitely want to do that first. It just helps with the consistency of the pancakes. Then we are going to add 2 cups of cottage cheese. You can use low fat, full fat, again, it doesn't matter. And this whole container is approximately 2 cups, so we're just going to use the whole thing. And then we are going to add 2 cups of eggs. Once the eggs are added, if you would like, you can add your bananas. Today we are going to, but again, if your family's not a big banana family, that's just fine. Now, the riper your banana, the sweeter your pancakes are gonna be. So these bananas you can see are pretty yellow, but the riper, the browner they get, the sweeter they're gonna be. So if you have some rotting away on your counter, you know what I mean? Those are perfect to throw in here. Okay, now back to the blender they go. Okay, our batter is ready, and we're just gonna pour it straight out of the blender. Our griddle is hot. So we are just going to grease up our griddle a little bit with some butter, just to kind of keep things from sticking. And I should have mentioned, if you are doing these pancakes and you want to add a little bit more flavor to them, you can always add some extract, whether it's vanilla extract or maybe a banana extract, whatever type of pancake that you want to make, you can enhance the flavor by adding an extract. So keep that in mind. And here we're just going to make little, I don't know, probably 3.5, 4-inch pancakes. We're just going to drizzle them on, nothing fancy, just about 6 to 8 of them here at a time. And this first batch, we're gonna do plain. But I've got a little surprise for you the second batch, because I've got some chocolate chips hidden back here. So, you know, 6, 8, or 7. That's what we're going with. So depending on how hot your griddle is, you can let them sit for about 3 to 5 minutes per side. These are not your traditional pancakes, so they're not gonna get the little bubbles in it that cue you when to turn them. So I have my griddle set about 250, and these take just right about that 3 to 4 minute range. So depending on how hot yours is, that's what you'll wanna watch out for. Here's our veggies. We're just gonna give them a quick little stir here. They are smelling delicious. Our sausage is done, and we're just gonna keep that there until we're ready to finish up our breakfast casserole. Okay, it looks like we're ready to flip, so let's go ahead and flip them all over here. Now, once we flip, they're gonna have this beautiful golden color on them. That's a good sign that they are ready to go. And once you flip, they will take another about 3 to 4 minutes to finish up. Okay, so it looks like our pancakes are done. So we just simply remove them, put them on a platter to cool, or if you want, eat them right away. You can top these with your favorite syrup. You can top them with more bananas, blueberries, peanut butter. Strawberries would be really good this time of year. So really your possibilities are endless. But I'm gonna show you a peanut butter drizzle that we are gonna put on these today. But while these are cooling, we are gonna go ahead and get another batch going. And we are gonna add some chocolate chips to this one. So, I myself am not a huge chocolate fan, but you know what? My 4-year-old loves chocolate. So, this is a way I let him eat some chocolate, and I feel like he's being a little healthy about it, right? Yeah, because he's getting that fruit with it. Okay, so this time, looky there, I'm gonna get 8. Okay, now when I do use chocolate chips, I like the mini chocolate chips because they are just perfect for this. They don't get too, the big ones kind of sometimes they get like too messy, you know? So we are just gonna sprinkle to each pancake. Make sure they all get a little chocolate love in here. And then again, these will cook about the same amount of time as our plain ones did. So about 3 to 5 minutes per side. Now, we're gonna set those chocolate chips aside, and we are going to make a peanut butter drizzle. Now, this is a way, if you don't want a whole bunch of sugar and calories from your maple syrup, this is a way to get in kind of a low calorie but sweet treat that's delicious. We are going to use PB2 today. This is a peanut butter powder you can find in your peanut butter section at your local grocery store. Today, we are going to need 3 tablespoons of this pressed powder. However, I know how much this recipe makes, and I always double it. So we're gonna do 6, because I can tell you one recipe of this is not enough. It doesn't go far enough. So we are going to actually do 6 tablespoons today. Alrighty, 6 tablespoons. And then we are going to add a sweetener. Today I'm using xylitol, but you can use any sweetener that you have. If you want to use regular sugar, or if you want to use stevia, Truvia, whatever you want to do to try and maybe cut down on some caloric calories, we are going to do 2 tablespoons of this sweetener today. And again, you can sweeten this to your liking. We are going to add 2 1/2 tablespoons of the almond milk. And so we're doubling this, so that's gonna be 5. Go ahead, you can check my math. And again, I'm using almond milk because we are a dairy-free home, but you are welcome to use regular dairy milk. I'm sorry, this is coconut milk. You can use almond milk, coconut milk, dairy milk, whatever you have. And then we are just gonna put in a couple big pinches of salt here. Okay, we are just gonna stir this up, and then this is going to become our drizzle. Okay, so we just give this a nice little stir, and this is going to become a beautiful peanut butter dream. For all of you that love peanut butter, you're gonna love this. Okay, our vegetables are almost ready. We still have our pancakes cooking away. Our sausage is done. Now it's time for the eggs. So I went ahead and put a dozen eggs into this bowl. And what we're gonna do is add in the rest of our ingredients. As I've mentioned several times, we are a dairy-free household. So again, I'm going to use a dairy-free milk, and I just dump. You should know my style by now. Dump and pour, use your visuals. And we're gonna add a little bit of salt and just kind of eyeball that. And we need our nutritional yeast. Now, some of you may be wondering what nutritional yeast is. I don't really know, but I love this stuff. This has been a great dairy-free alternative for our family. So many people love to put the ooey gooey delicious cheese on casseroles, and then they think they don't know how to eat dairy-free. This is your ticket. This stuff will make things taste cheesy. It's super delicious. Anytime I make eggs, I put this in it. I will use probably about 1/4 of a cup of this in this recipe if I'm guessing. Again, I eyeball it. But I would say this probably comes out to about 1/4 of a cup. And then we will just kind of give this a little bit of a mix, but we're gonna add in some mushrooms and some spinach as well. Mushrooms and spinach just help add some additional nutrients into your diet and makes things taste extra yummy. I was actually just telling Isaac, I'm not the biggest fan of mushrooms, but they have a ton of health benefits, including a big cancer fighter. So if you can, or if you love mushrooms, go ahead and put them in. You can't really tell the texture when it's mixed into a casserole like this. So we're gonna go ahead and toss in, this is about a cup and a half of mushrooms, and I just roughly chopped them. And again, if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to use them. If you don't like spinach, you don't have to use them. But you can add in any type of vegetable you want, the lighter vegetables, your root vegetables and stuff you want to have already in the oven cooking, but your lighter vegetables, you can go ahead and mix in now with the eggs. And this spinach, I actually chop all of my spinach with kitchen shears, so I should show you. I don't like the big leafy lettuce, whether I'm eating it in a salad or in a casserole. So I just take my shears and just snip it up real easy like that. And then I add it to the dish. Now this is obviously a whole container of spinach. This would be a lot in a casserole. So I'll just probably use about half of this. So we'll just dump, a handful in. And we'll give this another big stir. And if you see some big leaves like that didn't get cut up, you can easily just get your kitchen shears in there and chop those babies up. Now, how healthy and delicious does this look? And you guys are just gonna love it. It tastes so good too. Okay, now that we have our vegetables out of the oven, which they are semi-cooked right now, so we just kind of let them cool here for a second. Remember that sausage that we browned? We are gonna dump that on top of these veggies. And again, this was 1 pound of sausage with about half of a red onion. But you can do ham, you can do bacon, you can do, again, meat-free. It's however or whatever your personal tastes are. So we're just gonna kind of spread that out a little bit on the top, and then we're going to add our egg, mushroom, and spinach mixture. We're gonna put this on the top. Oh man, this looks good. And you see this parchment paper really comes in handy to keep things nice and clean. Set our bowl aside. And then I just kind of go through, just kind of make sure that egg mixture gets distributed evenly so that it will cook evenly. And then this is gonna be ready for the oven. We're gonna put it in for another probably 25 minutes, still at 350. Okay, as our last 6 pancakes are finishing up baking, we are gonna go ahead and start assembling our platter. Now again, I'm sure you've already maybe taste tested a few by now, and that's okay. But if you are wanting to eat them as a whole group, we are gonna show you how to do this in a very delicious and nutritious way. We've got 3 pancakes here. We've got another banana. We are just gonna slice up a few here on the top. And I'm no food blogger, so I don't make things look real pretty, but they taste real good. And that's really what matters. And then we're gonna take our peanut butter drizzle. We're gonna give it another little stir. And that's right, we're gonna drizzle it on top. And then if you are a chocolate fanatic like my 4-year-old, you will add a few more sprinkles. And now we need a cup of coffee. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay, so here it is. Here is your beautiful little peanut butter banana chocolate pancake stack. Enjoy. Okay, our timer just went off and our breakfast casserole is ready to eat. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells amazing. Cleanup is gonna be so super simple because of the parchment paper. Oh, this is awesome. You know, one of my most favorite ways to eat breakfast casserole is topped with some guacamole and some salsa. So keep that in mind too, that you can always top it with some additional goodies. Okay, should we cut into this? Okay. Again, use any vegetable that you want to use any meat that you want to use. Ham or bacon would be really good in here. And you know what? If you've got a family full of meat lovers, you could do ham, bacon, and sausage. That'd be so good. So look at that, our eggs are nice and done in there. Our vegetables have cooked all the way through. It is ready to enjoy. So again, you could top this with some guacamole, maybe some sour cream, some cheese if you would like, and it's ready to enjoy. So you guys saw how easily these 2 dishes work together and how you can actually work both of them at the same time in the kitchen. So keep this in mind for if you need something for a Mother's Day brunch or a Father's Day brunch, or you know, even if you just have a weekend guest, these would be great options to serve them for breakfast, and of course with a hot cup of coffee. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and as always, if you would like copies of these recipes, you can find them on our website at www.bluevalley.net/DD. That's short for Delicious Dishes. All right, thanks again for joining us and have a wonderful day.